Alright, here we go with an unboxing of the new Warhammer 40,000 Imperial Knight Titan. So there it is there, Titan. Got our box showing some really cool pictures, giving you a bit of an idea of how big this is going to be scale-wise, and some paints that you might want to use for these different paint schemes. So, let's see what's inside here. Alright, so there's how this comes. So we have a bunch of sprues, our large oval base, which seems different from some of the other ones. Anyways, I'll show these sprues in detail in a second, but just to give you an idea of what's inside the box here. So we have one big sprue with this carapace, another sprue here with the chain sword and some of the weapons, and third sprue. It looks like we have the legs, the feet. We've got a nice decal sheet with the piece of tissue paper to cover it. So lots of really great full color decals there. Amazing detail on those actually, just first impression on it. And lots of little tiny details there. And finally, inside the box, we have our instruction booklet. So it's quite the thick book. We also have some stats on the back there. Just basic stat line, no points values or any of the weapon details. But yeah, lots of pictures in here. The usual, all the parts are numbered. And yeah, so I'll do another video showing the assembly, and I'll probably do some magnetization of this as well. But let's take a look at these sprues. Alright, so we're going to look at the one with the feet on it first, and just some things that I like to always check out whenever we see the sprues. So we see the copyright 2013, so this was built last year. We're in 2014 now. I mean, it's only early in the year, so it's hard to say how long ago that was, but just an interesting thing to note, that it takes a little while for these things to get released. Lots of really cool details here, some eagle heads. The feet are not posable, as you can see there, but there's some spots for pistons. We've got these legs with these pistons there, and then some additional pistons that are going to go on the sides of those, so you have your 4 piston feet. What else we got here? We have a nice banner that goes off the groin there, so it hangs between the legs. There's your pelvis, a face there that looks almost like a Necron face, but obviously it's not. Some of our leg shields, which look very much like the old Imperator Titan from Epic 40,000, if anybody remembers that. And the flip side here, there's not a lot of detail. These are all kind of pieces that fit against each other. So let's look at the weapons sprue, or at least part of it. So we have our big cannon there. There's the barrel. It's going to be 2 pieces, so you have to watch out for that joint along the side there. Got the chain sword, which is just 2 pieces, looks like here. They're going to go together, and yeah, so there's no other piece there. So the chains are on, or the chain bit is on one side, and you got a hose and stuff there, some scroll work on it. Lots of cool details. These heat lances, or multi-meltas, whatever they're going to be called. You get 2 halves of those in the top corner of that sprue. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, there's some of the masks for the front of the Titan. So that one there looks kind of like a knight. They both look kind of like medieval knights. There's the mounting piece where the head goes on. So GW has done a bit of an assembly tutorial video, and they show that the head is movable, so it has a bit of a tilt and pan and tilt to it. And the arms do that as well, so you can pose them fully and then glue them in place or magnetize them, which is what I'll do. So the 2 halves of the torso, that's going to be the main part there with lots of little details in there. That'll probably just pick out with dry brushing, but obviously you could go in and get all those hoses different colors. Some Imperial Eagles, some other laurel type details there. These giant shoulder pads, which are going to trying to get some decal to go on there. Interesting note that there's a bit of a little bit of a residue there from the milling machine that cut the molds, and you can tell that they've touched it up because there's a little bit of imperfection there. So they probably went in with a hand tool to get rid of some of the residual mold lines, or not mold lines, cutting lines from when they cut the original molds. And I know that's come up a couple times on people's comments about the dwarves. It was noticeable on gyrocopter, and so you can see a little bit of little less polish on this here, which is not a 3D printing issue. It's a CNC issue when they're cutting the molds for this. So the number of passes determines how smooth this is going to be and the size of the cutter. And obviously if you reduce the number of passes, then you can cheapen the cost to make the mold. So it looks like GW has done that a little bit here. So you can see a little bit of texture. Might not be visible in the video, but if we try to show some up-close pictures, maybe I'll try to take some of those and post them on my blog. I'm sure that it won't be that noticeable with paint, but it might be. If you airbrushed it with really thin layers of paint, then it might be a bit more noticeable. Anyways, really cool details on this. You got a bunch of purity seals here, a whole bunch of them actually that you can hang off. They're a nice scale, so those will be good for other models as well. You got your exhaust pipes, of course, and not a ton of skulls on things. I mean, relative to what GW usually does, but a really cool kit. And be sure to check back, and I'll do some assembly and magnetization. Hope you enjoyed this, and check out my blog. Let me know if you have any comments or any requests for information on this, and I'll be sure to answer those.